Hi guys, let's talk about Squarespace. Now, I've used Squarespace to create all of my websites, even before Drag Race, and the reason for that is it's just the simplest thing, it's the easiest way, and it's the most effective at building a website, no matter what you're going to use it for. They have everything you need in a very user-friendly format. Whether you're just getting started or you're an established brand, Squarespace has a powerful e-commerce platform designed to help your business grow if you want to sell stuff. They've also got plenty of marketing tools to drive traffic to your site and grow your brand. Or analytics, you can gain powerful insights about your site visitors and how they interact with your content in their in-depth website analytics tools. I love buying domains and creating websites with Squarespace because it is so easy. I can even do it. And I am so stupid. I'm so stupid. I just learned how to turn on a TV the other day, so anybody can do it. Head to squarespace.com/bald for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use the offer code BALD to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Again, that's squarespace.com/bald. Hi guys, it's Pride, which means you might be naked in public or at a house party or at an orgy or wherever. So a lot of us like to keep tidy, if not totally trimmed, and Manscaped has got you covered. The Lawnmower 4.0 is out in US and Canada, and it is incredible. It's got an LED light that lets you know where you're going. It's got attachments that let you achieve a certain level of coif down there. And the best thing is that they've got a new razor that shaves close because, I mean, not to be vulgar, but I like to shave my balls totally smooth. And there is something about these razors that is just fantastic. I love them. You can use the crop exfoliator and the crop gel, and then you've got an extra smooth, safe, wonderful shave below the belt. All three of those products are vegan, of course, cruelty-free, and sulfate-free, so you know your testicles are in good hands. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code BALD at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code BALD. Prune your pubes for Pride season with Manscaped.
Hi, welcome to our brand new YouTube channel, Trixie and Katya YouTube channel.
YouTube channel on YouTube. It's us.
And we're having a great guest today here on the pod, somebody we have known for years who has honestly, truly, honestly, the blueprint.
The keymaster.
The blueprint. Somebody who
The
has
blueprint.
I don't know. What do you do? What do you do?
Wait. Hold on. He is the wizard behind the curtain. Mm-hmm. The skin curtain that is clipped to the back of our bodies. Yeah. He's literally the behind the music, the man behind the mask, the man in the mirror, the woman in the window. He's the person who makes us look and sound like interesting people. Mm-hmm. It's Jeff Maccubbin.
It's Jeff Maccubbin, folks.
Hi.
Yeah. I have a question right out the bat.
Okay.
How often do you have to edit out? Can you tell when we're saying something that you know we can't put in the edit?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Can you anticipate it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How often would you say per episode we say something that is so rotted?
Well, a lot of times, a lot of it is in the beginning. Like the stuff like before the intro, like the green screen stuff. When you guys are just chatting, there's a lot where then you're like, don't put this in.
Oh,
where you guys are just,
yeah.
because you guys are just like gossiping.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's like obvious. I mean, unless it's like, usually if it's something about like Ginger, I'm like, oh, she won't care. So,
Right. I think other drag queen stuff is fine, but you know, we'll.
All press is good press. You know.
Not always.
No. I mean, for drag queens, but sometimes things have been uttered of a nature so rife for canceling.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
But you got our back.
yeah. But even like today, we edited something and you'll probably be contacted later of like, can we use this? Because you're talking about a celebrity and we just want to double check with you.
You're asking me if it's
I don't
okay
wanna bring
with
it up
that
right
celebrity.
now.
Who is it? Mouth the word.
Who is it?
Oh. Cut the camera's dead ass.
But
Acceptance.
also sometimes you guys will tell jokes that are just that YouTube just can't handle.
AIDS.
You can
Usually
tell.
something about AIDS.
You
It's
can
still
tell.
cheap.
Can I tell some of
Cheap.
them? Can I bring them up?
Yeah, like,
Yes, and we'll bleep the whole
there's
thing.
either
Yeah.
a lot where we say it and then we look right at the camera and go, don't use that.
Yeah.
We're like, don't say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there was a whole one where you were just talking about how has AIDS.
Well, that's not a joke. That's just a fact. Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Clean.
And so I'm like laughing hysterically, and I'm like, none of this can be used. I've sent you some audio clips.
You have, and I've also contacted you directly upon remembering. Don't say that. Like, you know what I mean? I've like, we got to cut that out.
Yeah.
And
sometimes we'll say things on and then it will be like a waking moment, or I'll be like, I should not have said that.
Yeah, because regret is a powerful
But
potion.
it's weird where over time it changes. Because I remember you got a lot of flack for you were talking about pregnancy.
By the way, on that note, 1 million YouTube comments were like, okay, Trixie usually is a little bit about women's bodies, but you sure were on the money when
you redeemed yourself.
About having babies.
About squatting position.
Thank you.
And they were like, they came for the editors and applauded you in a rare moment.
In a rare moment.
Because we were the asshole.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Imagine creating a program where two people who've never claimed to know anything about anything are held to the fire whenever they don't have a view that is agreed by a teenager watching YouTube.
Or whenever they comically present a point of view that should not be taken seriously.
Yeah. Don't even get me started. So, this is the best gig you've ever had. How does it feel?
Definitely. I mean, seriously, it is.
Well, I mean, I know of you from Jizz.
Yes.
And I also know of you from, well, I mean, I don't know of you, I didn't know you did it then, but I know you did it. You worked for Randy Blue.
Yeah.
Directed pornos.
Yeah.
Male sex,
Creative
gay
director.
sex pornos.
This is pre-Jizz. So before Jizz, you were also doing Jizz.
I was doing, I love how it says, I was doing Jizz.
I was doing Jizz.
And filming Jizz. I was, I moved to LA, was making the YouTube video channel. Mm-hmm. And then I got a job as an editor at a porn studio, Randy Blue. At the time, it was the number 3. It was Sean Cody.
Now, what year?
Corbin
because
Fisher.
I subscribed to it. I paid
Randy
cash
Blue,
money for
2010.
it. Yeah.
Oh, honey, if you go
Randy Blue and Sean Cody.
Any non-storyline Randy Blue porno, it starts off with an interview. So I still have friends calling me being like, oh my God, I was on Pornhub about to jerk off to this. And then I hear your fucking faggy voice.
Wait a minute.
I'm interviewing all of them.
Were you the one going like,
voice.
So you work out? You never done this before, huh?
Yeah.
Fuck
That's
me
me.
up. That I didn't know.
Yeah.
I have so many questions. Wait a minute. First of all, did you? How often are the I've never been gay before gay people actually never been gay?
It's a spectrum. I think if you're willing to do porn, if you're willing to do it, you're not. A lot of them are like, I'm 100% straight. But if you're willing to do it, you're already a tick down from like a
because the money
Kinsey
ain't that
scale.
fierce, mama.
No, the money's not that fierce. It was,
but everyone
it's
is
never been
different
fierce enough
because there's a performer called Chris Rockway.
Yes,
he was like one of my favorites. So when I was like, oh, I get to film him, and then I was like, oh, you're fucking conspiracy theory asshole.
Oh no.
I mean, he ended up really liking me because I just wouldn't take any of his shit.
Yeah.
Like I
Literal
remember
hunk,
we were
by the
like
way.
filming a scene and I'm just like, Chris, like slap his butt. And then I'd be like, slap his butt. And he's like, my name isn't really Chris, so I'm not responding to that.
Diva.
And then I went, oh,
Diva.
do you want me to say your real name on camera then?
Engelbert.
And so then I was like, okay, how about asshole? So every time I say asshole, slap his butt, that's you. But he like respected that. But then he would come up to me and he would be like, you have those faces. You're like, you got beat up a lot when you were in high school, right? And I was like, yeah, because I did.
Oh my God.
And he's like, I can tell you have like that face. Like when I see you, it's like, I just want to like throw you in a dumpster.
Okay. Mary, I need to.
Kind of hot though.
This is. Well,
yeah, he was. I mean,
so
he's wrestled
hot.
me to the ground.
I mean,
he's gorgeous,
so
but I will say
hot.
for him, he's the level of straight where he would stop, look at the straight porn, get hard.
Okay, Jeff,
I'd call action. He'd run in and fuck the guy until it slowly went down, and then we'd cut and he'd run back to the porn.
This is inconceivable to me. Because the money is not. You'd have to be
now. No, back then, 2010.
But it wasn't 200 grand, 300 grand, was it?
2010, $5,000 to $6,000 a scene.
Okay, all right, okay.
Because studios used to be like, you couldn't make porn because
now
nobody
it's
had
like
iPhones.
$300.
300 to 1,000. Yeah, if you're bottoming.
Bottoming for
it's
a
really just adverts for your OnlyFans. It's exposure, you know.
Yeah.
What about we were at FUBAR once and Reese
Rideout
was dancing and you knew him and I was like, oh my God, I jerked off to that man in 2002.
He's the opposite, where he's like the nicest human being.
Sweetheart.
He's someone where he's like, I'm straight. He's married to a woman. I'll only date women. But when I'm doing porn, it's fun. Wow. So that's his level of like, but he'll say he's straight because he will only date a woman, but he's technically bi.
He's somewhere.
He's someone where he would just do this, put the condom on, be hard for 5 hours. And his dick would just stay.
I can't.
It was like he was meant to do porn.
Yeah. Also, Canada Century, incredible ass. I was going to say, like, I don't think.
But he had an acting problem where he was too much of a ham.
Too much of a what?
A ham.
Oh.
Like I'd be like, okay, so the guy comes out of the shower, and then you're like, ooh. But the guy would come out of the shower, and he'd go, whoa.
I love that. I love that.
And I'd be like,
he's doing drag.
Yeah, it's too much.
Oh,
like that. Yeah,
like he's the guy who when he come, he'd go wee.
Yeah. I love that. I have so many questions. I guess
I have like dramatic. A lot of people were like, "Oh man, it must be so funny," but it was mostly like,
no,
there's some like horror stories.
Yeah, such as.
By the way, I love that you're like asking me if it's okay to talk about celebrities, and you're like, anyway, here's this person's social security number.
Well, it's just weird where, that one guy, his girlfriend found out he was doing porn when he swore he wouldn't do it anymore.
Okay.
And then she called him, and we're in the middle of the scene. Everybody's naked, and she threatened to abort their baby if he went through with the scene.
Stop it.
And I was like,
did he go through with the scene?
Well, I was like, and he's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, you don't have to do the scene. Like, we can cancel. That's fine. And he's like, will I still get paid? And I'm like, well, no, because you're not going to do it. And then he's like, oh, fuck it. I'll do it.
Damn.
I never found out whether
hard choices.
What happened to the baby.
You can get pregnant again.
Yeah, it's not good. Also, you can't weaponize your pregnancy. You can't weaponize your pregnancy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't weaponize your pregnancy.
I don't know. At that point, I feel like if the termination happened, it was probably for the best.
Yeah.
The thing.
Yeah.
If you're calling your baby daddy on a porn set to threaten killing the baby.
It's an embryo hostage situation. It's like, fuck him and I'll shoot. Yeah.
I also had a guy OD from Viagra.
Oh my God.
We took him out to Malibu just to do a solo scene.
Malibu.
And we were going to have him surf, and then he was going to get in the back of this Jeep and then jerk off, and he was having trouble getting hard. So I gave him a Viagra, and then like a fool, I left the packet of Viagra in the front seat. God. So I was like, I'll give you some porn and I'll leave you some space and just knock on the door when you want us to come in to film. He was nervous that he couldn't get hard, so he took took like 8 Viagra.
That's
what?
Did he blood?
Well, I was like, okay, I think we have to like go to the hospital. Because at first I come in and then I noticed they were all gone. And I was like, did you take all of these? And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, I know you took all of these. So tell me, you took all of these.
That gives me...
So and he's like, no, I didn't do it. And I was like, you might die if you did take all of these. He's like, what? I just feel like I couldn't get hard, so I needed more. I'm like, that's not how this works.
Oh my God.
So we took him. We had to cancel the shoot. Dummy. I took him back, and I was basically just monitoring him. And then he didn't have to go to the hospital or anything, but he went kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because then he was like, I want to get paid. I want to get paid. And then I was like, we're not doing the scene, so we're not going to pay you.
Yeah,
we're going to
jerk
pay
off
for
in the
you
hospital bed?
To fly out here. We give you compensation. We feed you and all that, but we're not going to give you thousands of dollars if you're not going to do it. And he got very angry, and then naked ran out of Randy's mansion, running around he lives in Sherman Oaks, and I'm outside running after him like, you have to get inside, and he's just like running around naked like, I don't believe this is happening.
Is it Randy Blue?
Randy's a person?
Randy is a person.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Randy who? Randy Blue?
Well, I'm not going to give his real.
Oh yeah, no.
Isn't a porn name? Randy Blue is not a real.
That's the company. Sean Cody, is the Randy Blue. Yeah.
I have a question. Did you like working in porn?
It had its when it was two.
It had its ups and downs.
When it was two guys that liked to make porn, it was fun.
Was it ever really hot? Was it actually hot?
The hottest was when the person that said they were straight realized they were gay.
When they turned
in the scene, and I'm filming the light bulb go off in their head. That's pretty hot.
That's pretty cool.
Did you ever?
That's pretty cool.
Do people who aren't in the scene get boners during the scenes?
I don't, because I'm so concerned with the lighting and everything else. And a lot of times the PAs were straight dudes.
Shut the fuck up. Really?
Although we had one of my PAs, do you know the drag queen Sarah Problem?
Sure.
Yeah.
She was my PA for like a year. I don't think, but she was like, I don't like any of these guys.
Damn. Well, that company was pretty like clean cut.
Also, it was professional. And for me, like, I wouldn't fuck any of them. Most of the time, they did not want to have anything to do with me.
They're like, that's not even
this
our
little
species.
pasty
mole person.
ginger, get away from us. Like, so for the most, but I also just had a hard line that I wouldn't do anything with them, so that it would be like a level of respect. Because I had some come in and they're just like, so like, when do I have to like have sex with you? And I'm like,
are you serious?
And he's like, really? I don't have to?
Oh
I don't
my
have to.
God.
What happened to you?
Harvey Weinstein,
You're
apparently.
like, I hate to disappoint you.
Yeah.
But you can't fuck me. But you know what though? That's gay people though. Tell them that this is the person you're fucking in the scene, and they're like, nah. And then like, this is a person you legally can't fuck, and they're like, what's that?
Yeah, totally.
Gay people only want to fuck the one you're not supposed to be fucking. So
Totally.
you never had like, I don't know. I've watched porn where it's like the camera guy gets into it. You never had like a moment where you got roped into the fantasy.
Well, there's scenes like, you know, the POV scenes where like someone's riding someone or you're fucking someone, and then I would have to take the place of the person.
Of the fucker.
Because it's a POV scene. And then here, my little rant. Most people today don't understand what POV means.
Pigs
Like,
are vampires.
But POV is
passing-
if your eyes are the camera. A lot of people, they'll just like literally put a camera there and they're like, POV of me doing this. And you're like, that's not a POV.
You. Yeah.
But anyway, there's times where like I would be laying down and then the porn star naked would get on top of me and pretend to ride me while I was pretending to be the bottom.
Holy
like,
shit.
it moved.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
But
The
still,
needle
when you're
moved.
like doing like fixing the lighting and the zooming, you're not.
It's a lot to keep track
How did
of.
that prepare you for this job?
Well, that's
you learned
Like
to
the
control your
full-on
boner.
the blatant sexual harassment.
Yeah.
I was ready for it.
You learn to control your boners, and you work with straight people.
Yeah.
my God.
That is. We're gonna take a break.
Hi there. So, 2 out of 3 men will experience some form of hair loss by the time they are 35, and I should know something about that. More than 50 million men in the US suffer from male pattern baldness, and there are only 2 FDA-approved medications that can prevent hair loss. Keeps offers both. That's right. Keeps, darling. Keeps. Keeps offers a simple, stress-free way to keep your hair. Convenient virtual doctor consultations and medications delivered straight to your door every 3 months. You never have to leave your home. Low-cost treatments start at just $10 a month, and Keeps offers generic versions. Discreet packaging and proven results. Keeps has more 5-star reviews than any of its competitors. Prevention is key. Treatments can take about 4 to 6 months to see results, so act fast. I have a friend who uses Keeps, and well, I just gotta say, it works, baby. It's pretty impressive results. Me, I'm a lost cause, but he got it in time, so good for him. If you're ready to take action and prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com/bald to receive your first month of treatment for free. That's keeps.com/bald to get your first month free. keeps.com/bald. Masterclass. Now you can learn from the world's best minds anytime, anywhere, and at your own pace. You can learn how to cook from Gordon Ramsay, or improve your tennis skills with Serena Williams, or learn leadership from Anna Wintour. With over 100 classes from a range of world-class instructors, that thing you've always wanted to do is closer than you think. I particularly loved Jodie Foster teaching me how to do a shot list. The videos are so high quality. I mean, I watched it a million times, not only because I love her, but it was very instructive. The great thing is you don't have to sit down and consume a full class start to finish. Sharing insights from individual lessons or what you were able to learn in 10 minutes is also great. I highly recommend you check it out. Get unlimited access to every masterclass, and as a Bald and Beautiful listener, you get 15% off an annual membership. Go to masterclass.com/bald. That's masterclass.com/bald for 15% off masterclass.
And we're back.
I have a cut on my butt. On the, you know how I have like the vestigial organ, the tail, the protruding tail. so it's uncomfortable to sit.
You'd be doing all that wacky shit on the floor.
It's from the aerobics, the pool class.
water-
Yeah. We did so many ab things like rolling that I cut myself on my butt. I just wanted to share that.
So you finish your porn career. Then you move on at some point to jizz.
No, jizz that was all happening at the same time.
Double jizz.
Double jizz.
I left porn and then I went from porn to drag queens.
Which is just a
So
lateral
move.
Yeah,
My
it's literally
resume
3
just
steps
says
to the left.
Faggot.
It's a lateral move.
Yeah.
Faggot.
I have to ask, people at home might not know what jizz is. Do you want to tell them what it is?
Of course I do. I'll kill you.
I had watched this video where a friend of mine that I went to grad school with made there's these PSAs of G.I. Joe cartoons in like 2007, and he dubbed over them. And then I was like, oh, they did PSAs of the Gem and the Holograms ones. I'm just going to do that.
Oh my God.
And at the same time, I was watching an episode of The Golden Girls, and it was an episode where they all got colds. And I was like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if they all got HIV? And so I dubbed over that and the Gem and the Holograms ones, and I put them on my YouTube channel.
Oh.
And then, unbeknownst to me, the next thing I know, I was like going into gay bars and they were like playing them like on the video screens, and I was like, oh no.
They are so funny and so rotten.
The Golden Girls ones have all been, I took them down, and people, I actually had to re-go through all of the jizz videos, because basically in the cartoon of Gem and the Holograms, she is has an orphanage and then decides to use a hologram machine to make her a pop star. And so I just made it that she's like a serial killer, and instead of an orphanage, it's like her brothel. So all of the children are like prostitutes.
And there's a lot of abortions.
And there's a lot of abortion jokes. It was my bread and butter for a while.
I mean, just...
But I actually had to re-go through some of them, and I was like, yeah, that doesn't fit in today's society.
Yeah.
And people begged me to put them back on, and I was like,
not worth it.
It's a moment in
it's
time.
just too much for
You had to be there.
You had to be there.
Studio
and you
54.
And you will never be there again.
Yeah, Studio
Really?
54.
Well, I was thinking a lot like in the 2000s when like South Park, Sarah Silverman, the thing in comedy is they like to take the point of view of the racist and horrible person.
Right.
Yeah.
And say
Yes.
the horrible thing to show like, isn't this ridiculous?
As the ignoramus,
Michael
as
Scott,
the stupidity.
Office.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now you can't do that anymore. Just bringing it up is too triggering.
Well, it's like Jamae. You don't want to be Jamae.
Yeah.
You don't watch Private School Girl and go, she's a great person. I want to be her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go, oh my God.
What a
I
dumb
knew
bitch.
a girl like
Yeah.
that. That is horrible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just you just have to like.
And you just have to evolve.
Yeah.
But I get messages every day of like, please put this back up. I'm like, no.
I mean, like
people's temperature though, like, our edited YouTube version of is like extremely edgy to some people.
Yeah. Well, I
Like,
mean,
this
you're
is-
funny, so like you can use abortion jokes or not, or swear words or not, and it's still funny. Like I heard a comedian talking about like if you don't know how to adapt to this quote unquote cancel culture, it's like it's just a few words you can't say anymore. Then you weren't funny to begin with. You
Because
know.
in the end, if it's funny, it's usually ends up not being offensive.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Sarah Silverman's program was like a really good example of that, where it's like, oh my God,
That
you
show-
don't want to be Sarah Silverman in that show.
She had that whole episode where she's like, I need good news. I'm going to go get an AIDS test. Like that was a whole episode.
Or like when she was like, I need to know like walk a mile in my shoes. She put
Yeah. Oh,
blackface.
yeah.
You know.
And everyone's yelling disgusting because people in the world are saying blackface is disgusting.
Yeah.
But she's going, wow, people do think that this is disgusting. You know?
Right. Yeah.
But then again, you don't want to be Sarah Silverman. She's not portraying a good person.
No, she's
Yeah.
always the
I'm
idiot.
okay with someone portraying a shitty person
The
to
idiot.
show how shitty people are.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the logic of that, but
Yeah.
the algebra doesn't work for everyone now. But I mean, it ties to drag queens. Like, I love Nina West. I just saw a video of her doing a Nickelodeon song, and I said, I would never, in a million years, for $1 million, do this. I have no interest in making people feel good. I like making people laugh, but I'm not. I'm not the big comfy couch of drag. I don't care.
I thought it was. It was a strange experience.
Well, I'm sure at Nickelodeon they had to make some kind of pride thing where they touched on every color of the flag
Sure.
in a way that was...
It was for kids too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
However, watching it, I was like, wow, I would never be a part of this. My mom could be hanging over a Shark Tank, and I'd be like, you're going for a swim, bitch.
Bon appetit, bitch.
Yes. I just think with comedy, especially, and like with what it goes both ways. Of like, some people will watch Nina West on Nickelodeon and go, this is too much.
Yeah. But also though, can you some line reads I cannot deliver sincerely.
I'll just say no.
Yeah, I just
Pride
can't
Month.
do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Like I couldn't if I tried. If the mom was over the Shark Tank.
Pride Month. Some of the copy you send for like corporate things, like, "Hi, honey, are you feeling fierce, diva?"
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god.
Ooh,
Nobody
I'm ready
talks
to
like that.
work it, diva, because it's time to work it.
Have you seen
hunty.
that? There's a TikTok where this comedian girl is like, "Happy Pride Month,
Meg
Sashay."
Stalter.
Yeah.
For buttercream. Buttercream. You sashay into our buttercream store. I mean, it's so funny. I actually put it on the podcast last week.
She's really funny.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, I was always that, but I was always definitely the outcast gay. I think if you're
Yeah.
not like the muscle queen,
Yeah.
then you're just like I
Garbage.
always hated Pride.
I still do. I hate it. I
There's
don't
this
hate
big
it.
war
I just
now
don't
of
enjoy
like,
it.
should kink be at Pride? Should it be a Pride? I'm like, I'm not going either way, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, and for me, like, kink not being at Pride isn't an option because I'm everyone's kink.
Oh, universal appeal.
Kink at Pride, I mean, for me, I know I don't speak for everyone, but I'll just say in general, I think in drag we used to offend the old conservatives, and now in drag, the people most offended by us are the youngest liberals.
Yeah.
So
The Gen Z
yeah,
progressive.
so it's like we used to have your grandma being like, I don't like it, and now we're passing the torch to people who are like, that torch is hot.
Yeah.
And not everybody likes hot, so I will not be a part
also,
of it.
but what is it? It's a Speedo and a harness. No one's like eating someone's whole. Like,
well,
But even if they are, go to a different Pride.
Yeah.
Go to Nickelodeon Pride with Nina West.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You don't have to stick 2 inches of your tongue in my gaping hole.
I know that we live in a different world, but like there's different types. If you want that type of pride, go to Target and buy a rainbow tote bag on June 1st.
well,
Yeah.
it's also
I'll be over here watching people get fucking opened up on Santa Monica Boulevard. Okay?
it's
Gooning and baiting.
Gooning and baiting at Target.
Near the linens.
There's a problem. I think it's like when you're under, like, if you remember when you were under 21, you're like, oh my God, it's so unfair that we can't get into the bars. And then when you're over 21, you're like, oh, thank God none of you can come to the bars.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
don't even, once in a while, so I just saw something really similar to people like, drag is my safe space and I should be able to enjoy it without being offended. I was like, that is
What?
the opposite of the experience you should have with drag.
No, that's-
You should see 1,000,000 drag shows and still go in on show number 1,000,001 and something should shock you.
Yeah, or it literally hit you in the face.
I've talked about drag queens that are Christine. Love the idea. It's too far
Aggressive.
for me.
Yeah,
It's too far for me.
aggressive. Confrontational.
I like her as a person.
Yeah.
I'll never see a Christine show because I'm like, I don't like poop stuff. She does a lot of poop stuff.
Butt stuff.
Yeah, poop stuff.
Yeah.
Killing your mom, great. Poop, no, that's where I draw the line. But again, it's just like, but my line isn't everyone's line,
Right,
So
right,
who
right.
cares?
Yeah.
Did you have any? So you go to the gay bar and they're playing the Golden Girls or Jizz, and you were like, is this really happening?
Yeah, the very first one is I did God, I'm a Whore instead of Part of Your World of The Little Mermaid because I did a lot of Disney songs. And
Hear that, Todrick?
that was the first one that like showed up. And then I was like, then I suddenly got interviewed for like Butt Magazine and like,
Oh,
Butt
and
Magazine?
then, yeah. And
Yeah,
then
I
I
love
just started
Butt
getting like
Magazine
millions of views and it was just very, and I was like, oh, I
They're
guess I
so
should
funny.
just keep doing this.
Yeah.
But then it's just very tiring to try and keep up. I then went to did Punky Brewster. I did Spunky Cooter.
Shut the
Facts of Life. I did Fucked for Life about. But I personally showed you
Yeah.
that one.
You've showed
and
me
I
some-
had to take that one down
Yeah.
because that was a little too offensive.
I just
And
love
then
it. There's no line for me.
And I did Thundercunts instead of Thundercats.
Right.
I love. See, how old are you?
How dare you? I just turned 45.
I was gonna say
No, you didn't.
we're around the same age. He is ageless.
I need everybody to look in
This
the
is-
camera.
yeah.
Look at Jeff.
This is fucking L'Oreal
45.
Regenerist spokeswoman right here.
How are you doing this?
Yeah.
I just don't go in the sun.
Yeah. He doesn't.
31 years old. I look like the alien inside the head in Men in Black.
Yeah. I'm 27 and look like my own grandfather.
Damn. And she had a 40th birthday and she's still 27. Can you believe it?
Well, 28, 29. It's all a blur.
It's nebulous.
So wait. You, because we're of the same kind of generation. All these shows that you're parroting are like shows I grew up watching.
Yeah.
Thundercats, Gem and the Holograms, obsessed with them. So like they're so special to me.
Because that's the thing is when I watch TV, if you want to watch TV with me, I'm constantly dubbing over a horrible trauma that doesn't belong there.
Yeah.
Like I'm just watching, was watching Mayor of Easttown. And then it's just like the kid did it. And then I'm just like, oh yeah, I want you. Like I'm just like the most inappropriate thing. And that's why I have to release it.
Yeah.
And I think that was the other problem is I started doing Mario Diaz started having me do shows. Like performing as Jizz at bars.
Oh wow!
And then I would like be doing stand-up sets, like make it like just these, and people thought like I was that character. So people would just be like, yeah, let's fucking do heroin in the bathroom and like fuck this and let's go and like fucking break into a house. And I'm just like, oh no, I don't want to do any of that.
So how long did you
How long
leave
did the heroin tryst? Yeah. Go for
I
it.
could see that. They'll just assume that you're fucking off the rails.
I did hook up with a guy who did heroin on the date.
Wow. How did that come up? What was that transition like?
On the date. Could you tell?
Okay, it wasn't really a date. I picked him up at a bar.
Well, it's
and
an
then
outing.
I'm driving him back to my place. He's like, wait, stop. And then he gets up, runs down an alley, and a guy hands him a bag, and then he gets back in the car. And then I was like, oh, I guess he's just doing some cocaine or whatever. He snorts the whole bag, and then by the time we get to my house, it was like,
You can snort heroin?
Yeah.
Is that ignorant?
It's
I
just
thought heroin was this.
you can do it all types of ways.
Oh.
Yeah.
and
Did you fuck?
no, he was like, it was just like ooze. And so then I just
crazy.
like
Poured him out of the car.
poured him out of the car by the subway stop in Chicago, and then hopefully he was okay.
Yeah.
And then I went home.
Let's take a break.
Oh, let's take a break.
Canva Pro is the easy-to-use design platform that has everything you need to design like a pro. Whether you're a professional designer or just getting started, Canva Pro can help boost you and your team's productivity and creativity. It's quick, it's easy, and affordable to design whatever you need. No matter what you're creating and sharing, Canva Pro has everything you need in one place, including a collection of over 75 million premium photos, videos, audio, and graphics. Plus, it comes with time-saving tools that simplify and speed up the creative process. You get all this and more in just one Canva Pro subscription. Personally, I love the background remover tool and the premium font selection. There's like 3,000 of them. It's incredible. So there's no idea too big or too small for Canva Pro, whether you are Steven Spielberg or you're just Barbara Bonaducci starting out. You will love Canva Pro. Design like a pro with Canva Pro. Right now, you can get a free 45-day extended trial when you use my promo code. Just go to canva.me/bald to get your free 45-day extended trial. That's canva.me/bald. Canva.me/bald. Now, nobody knows better than I that bald can be beautiful. However, I also know that thick can do the trick. I'm talking about thicker, fuller, healthier hair, courtesy of Nutrafol. Okay? 80 million men and women in the US experience thinning hair. We don't really talk about it that much, but it can feel a little stressful, and that adds to the problem. So in a time when self-care is more important than ever, every day is an opportunity to skip damaging style tools and chemicals and focus on better hair growth from within. Nutrafol is formulated with potent botanicals to help you grow hair as strong as you are, and it's physician formulated to be 100% drug-free. On top of thicker, stronger hair without lasers or chemicals, Nutrafol's ingredients may also help you get a handle on better sleep, stress response, skin, nails, and libido. Oh. I let a friend try Nutrafol and they absolutely loved it. Their hair felt thicker and fuller and they can't stop talking about it, and it's actually quite obnoxious. You can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com and using promo code BALD to save $15 off your first month's subscription. This is their best offer available anywhere, and it's only available to U.S. customers for a limited time. Plus, free shipping on every order. Get $15 off at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code BALD. for hair as strong as you are.
And we're back.
Yes, we are. So, okay. How does it feel to sort of be the
have
unsung
sex.
hero?
How does it feel to have a peenie in the poopy? How does it feel to have a peenie in the poopy?
How do you know when it goes inside? Is there a popping sound? No. Like, how does it feel to be the unsung hero? I feel like this is less the case now as people become more aware of you guys' genius. But like, you know, we get all the credit for the show being amazing, and we have very little to do with it sometimes.
What are you talking
Well,
about?
I mean, come on.
I mean, it's literally your funny words. That is
And incredible bodies.
We're just embellishing them.
And breast boobs and jokes.
But I mean, I don't know. I've really enjoyed this season. I watched them on my giant television 3 to 4 times in a row.
Yeah, and I know that we're all doing it for the love of it. Not that we all don't get paid, whatever, but like this season, I don't know what it is. You guys are on a journey.
Yeah.
It's psycho.
Yeah.
This is
I
the
think
craziest,
it's
funniest
fantastic.
season.
That is the thing with like me and Ron are now like attached at the hip.
Yeah.
And we kind of are just like in this battle with each other of like, I want to be able to make you laugh.
Yes.
I want to try to do something crazier. And then it's like, oh, I just saw that crazy thing you did. Shit, on the next one, I need to do something crazy to show you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
How do I tap into that competitive spirit in order to do something good?
Why start now? Why start now, honey?
Because I'll ask this question. Can you guys tell who's editing what? Because for us, it's so obvious.
I
'cause
can.
It's split in half.
Yeah.
So I do one half, he does other half. We switch whether it's first or last. But for us, it's so obvious, but most people can't tell.
I can because I think you've worked for me with other projects, and I kind of know what's your tea.
I think I can tell it in the beginning because, you know, we usually have like almost like a cold open before we do our intros. That will usually be the telltale of like what you did with us being mic'd.
Yeah.
Like there was one, I think it was you, was an alien, and the music's like tuba tuba tu.
Oh yeah, that's
And I was like, oh, this is obvious.
Definitely so good. Yeah. Did you did the hallucinating in the lake of incest?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or didn't you do an episode with a whole like National Geographic opening with birds?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
The constant bird.
the wild flamingos of Sumatra.
The birds. Every time I laugh, the birds.
Also the.
But that's a combination where he was the one, Ron just put bird noises.
Okay.
And then I put your voice on an echo.
Uh-huh.
And then
Who put in the flock of seagulls?
And then he did like a flapping sound. And then eventually another one. Then I added an actual birds flying.
Yeah.
So then it's like that one's like a joint effort.
Pretty soon you could just do nature documentaries, like just screw us.
David Attenborough. The newest one where it was a bunch of superhero graphics. Crazy.
Oh yeah, I did
funny.
those.
Otter Man, Beaver Man, everything. It was just so
the
great.
Ann-Gettinator.
The Ann Getty. Honestly, well, we've talked about it. When we do the show, we black out.
Yeah.
So I leave there kind of I get home, my boyfriend goes, "What did you guys talk about?" I don't even remember.
No idea. And also, it wasn't funny. Like sometimes I
we
get the
leave all
distinct
time being
impression.
well,
I'm like,
we flopped.
yeah, like, well, that's. I mean, I know the lunch episode is going to be bad, but other than that, no. But there's been times where the funniest episodes, I'm like, what?
Yeah. There's a few where I'm like, why was this so?
Well,
Space
but I
had
think
no
also
business.
there's some where it's like you guys have varying energy depending on the episode.
Yeah.
Well,
And
depending on a lot of
sometimes what
things.
you
Depending on a lot of things.
The moon, like the moon,
lot of
like
different
the moon.
compounds.
No, there's the moon.
elements.
like
the
I'll
weather.
say there's one, Ready for Love. You just kept talking about like, I don't think I can do another.
Oh, I was so
I'm
tired.
so tired.
Yeah.
But you were so tired. And even Pete was like, you know, Katya was very tired. I hope we can get something out of this. He kept saying he was tired. But you were you were at the point where then you were just crazy.
Yeah, it
And
was loopy.
Hilarious.
Yes. Weather.
Same thing happened with weather.
I think
You were just like a
weather was
lawn
after
dart shot
that.
me in my pussy. And
That
I'm
was
like,
weather happened after
oh, and then
that.
weather too.
Weather
Weather,
was
we
you're-
were so over
the
it.
second wind
Insane.
of psychosis. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sometimes weather was so funny, and that was the episode that we were like, "What's the topic that we would talk about if we were out of topics?"
The weather.
Why was weather so?
That's one of my
having
favorite ones.
weather.
Yeah.
We have some. I think tomorrow we're talking about news. The news.
The news. Yeah. We're talking about injuries, maybe.
Injuries, and I think money again.
Money.
I like all of those.
Yeah. There was a bunch of other ones too that they're all very exciting to me.
Yeah. What's your favorite ones you've done? Favorite episodes of Un?
Also, do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, please help
Like
us.
Okay.
abortion. I'm still waiting to do suicide.
There's a few I don't like when things get brought in. I don't like the doll episode. I don't like the food episode.
No
I don't like
props.
I don't like
No
the
props, no
animals.
guests.
I don't like the animals.
No
I
guests.
see. I think the pet one worked, but most because Jaguar Jane was pretty cool.
She was cool, but
She was when she talked about the rodent masturbating,
Yeah.
the chinchilla masturbating.
I don't remember that. I got to rewatch.
I remember. The
Plus, there's
scene-
a whole bird box scene that's amazing in Pets.
Okay. I just don't like guests.
Yeah, I don't like
It's a
that.
different show.
I like it actually, like weather. Like I think if you just did something like colors,
It's brilliant.
You know, where
Or
it's just-
textures,
Color-
textures.
Our new series, which is colors, textures, vibes,
Sounds.
scents,
vibes. Oh my god!
Because
a
I
whole show
feel
about
those make
scents.
you go off the rails a bit,
Yeah.
and that's when I think
Abstract.
It's really funny. Plus, anytime you guys get up,
which is a lot.
it's going to be funny.
I can't
If you
believe-
want technical notes, I can give you technical.
I
notes.
didn't get up when I was wearing that gorge. I looked so hot in the most recent episode. I did not get up once and show that body.
No, you got to get up. When I'm feeling it, I take a lap.
I should have took several struts, laps, like spread eagles, everything. It was a real disappointment on my part.
The one problem with the pandemic shooting with Spread Out is you guys tend to be more.
Yeah, profile
turned away.
I
As
know.
somebody who's from the side looks like my face was cooked in a grill, I understand.
Yeah,
I was
it's
watching
tough.
the episode yesterday and I was like,
Face forward,
I look
bitch.
like one of the Canadians from South Park. Just like lines on my
Yeah.
face. It's so bad.
It's
We
rotten.
could be like Raven and Raja who just never look at each
Yeah.
other.
Oh, Trixie, that's a very
You
interesting
should just be
point of view.
side-eyeing each other.
Yeah.
I love that comedic take you said on color.
You've never looked better in your whole life. That's horrible. I don't like it. I'm like
Horrible.
this, like you can't see anything. It's
You
bad.
also work on Wait What?
I did wait. What I did? What? When, wow! I was hired.
What the fuck is wait what?
Kimora and
Kimora
Derek
Black.
talking about like math.
Oh my
science.
Were they not know? And it's just.
What if they said that you're like, are they kidding that they don't know that?
Well, they were the first one. It was Kimora and Mariah Balenciaga, and it was the solar system.
Oh my
And it
god.
was just
Please
like-
I gotta
and
go watch
Kimora
it.
Black was just like, well, like, you know, because the moon, there's like the moon and like the sun. And then she was like, well, then the moon's on Jupiter. He's like, what do you mean? There's like one moon. And then Mariah's like, no, other planets have moons. What? No, they don't.
Okay.
And then it was like, what's the biggest planet? She's like, the sun. The sun's the biggest planet.
Well,
and then
that's-
she was
I mean,
like, no,
you
the
know.
sun is a star.
Okay.
The sun is not a star. Like, it's just like, it's just,
I love not knowing paired with conviction.
yeah.
Yeah. That's the key
The
there.
sun is not a star.
Yeah. Well, I watched an episode of that I do remember now, and I had to turn off because I was thoroughly depressed.
At
It made me depressed.
At the school system that they went to.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's
Someone
tough.
lied to her several times.
Someone lied.
Yeah.
But some were crazy where Derek Barry once was just like, have you ever done like, you know, played a clarinet? And she's like, the one that plugs in the wall, the like straight. And she's like, a hair straightener? Why would you think a clarinet is a hair straightener?
That's incredible. That's incredible.
Like those things. Or Derek Barry went on a 5-minute speech about what longitude and latitude is.
Oh, fuck.
Wrong. Wrong. But the whole funny thing is she's just going, you'd think longitude would be long up in this way, but it's not. And then I'm just putting in the graphics. It is.
It is. It is.
It's fun. No, but when we started WoW Presents Plus, I did all of them. I did Detox, Detox's video, Jinx's Cool Mom.
Oh, yeah, there's
I
a million videos.
Was it
Tea with Tati or something?
Tea with Tati?
Yeah.
I did.
did you find that
I did. Wait, what's the like Valentina
Oh, yeah.
had one? I did all of those.
How do you find time to do? I mean, because I know sorry, it takes you guys like
A
a
week.
week. How do you find
but
time
if
to
you
do
even
other
look at the
series?
older episodes, they're not as insane.
Yeah,
so
of
now
course.
is just like it's so insane now. It just takes up.
It's
too
like
much
Rick
time
and
to do
Morty, for
everything.
fuck's sake. I mean, it's like it's a giant
Well, that's
thing.
because I added. I mean, I will say I felt
Fuck
like I was
Ron.
bringing WoW into the 21st century because there were times where I was just like, I don't mean to like, but I was like, we need to do more crazy graphics. So I would just take the stuff that I had at home, like the software I had at home, and then
Innovator.
just start doing crazy stuff. And then they're like, oh, you need to do this on this show. And I'm like, oh, this is my own software that I put on yours. So then they were then forced to buy it.
Damn.
And but
Bring
then
in-
it kept, but like now I just got the Facetune where I can put your old lady faces on you and stuff.
baby filters.
The whole time.
I just put an old lady face on you. just earlier today.
I need to
We
see
put it on
it.
our a few years
I
ago,
need to see it.
actually.
Yeah. I need to see it. I love those filters. I mean, and you can. Don't get me started about those filters. But okay, so where do you think? Like, what do you think we could do to?
Why do you want to work at this company? What can you offer us?
What kind of skills do you think would provide an asset to the development of our company's strategy for development? No. What should we do to make the show better? What should we not do? Do we do anything that we should not be doing?
Oh, okay. Here's what I will say. I think when you guys talk about a topic that you hate, it's not as funny.
Lunch. Yeah.
Because when you're just saying, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this.
Positive. You got to keep it positive.
It's harder to find the funny things.
Yeah. It's like, no. It's
Yeah.
not yes and it's no.
I mean, it's fine to like talk about something and then you hate something and it can be funny.
Yeah.
But if the whole episode is about something you hate,
Lunch.
it's harder to find things that are funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that generally she's the problem? Because I hate her, and so everything turns. You know what I mean? Do you? I wish Ron was here. Not that you're not your own feature. Do you love working with Miss Ron?
Yes.
She's an icon.
We're pretty much going to just, like, if we're
tie your
doing other
penises
projects,
together.
we want to work together.
Tie your
Yeah.
penises together and piss in each other's holes.
And I'm sure, we're happy we have you. I'm sure that you guys will someday move on to other dream projects.
I hope you don't.
Hopefully you can work together on other projects too in your life. What would you guys make? What's your dream project? If WoW said, we're quitting, the show's over, here's a severance, what would your dream next thing be?
And the severance is $100 million.
I'll just say you'll see, because that might be happening.
More porn.
Not that we're being fired or anything.
More
but,
porn.
But no, but we are working on other shows together.
Oh.
Like
Really?
working on other
Anything
stuff.
Wipe
we
out
could-
with John Cena? Nicole Byer?
Well, just stuff to kind of like what our crazy editing style, like what else could it be
Yeah.
good at?
Yeah.
Wow.
But first and foremost, we want to just keep doing your stuff, because that's the thing is like, it's also like our baby. And if I saw someone else editing it, like I might have to kill them.
I don't think I would. I wouldn't allow that. It's like, you go to the same obstetrician your whole life. You're not going to switch for your seventh kid.
Yeah, when did you join the show? Were you in the show not from the very
No,
beginning?
it was 2017. It
That
was
was
the
Chris
first
Smith.
one. The first one. The crazy thing is, the first two episodes I had to do was the one with Courtney Act and then the one with Willem.
Oh,
so
weird.
I had to do the two
Weird.
weird guest spot
Yeah,
ones.
that was weird.
That was weird.
Yeah, Courtney just making us look like the Kennel Club, and
Yeah,
Willem
she's sitting
totally.
a foot behind us.
Yeah.
So skinny
Tiny,
and little and
tiny.
beautiful.
Yeah,
And-
just like dog show. And then Willem was so weird. Yeah,
I just think Willem, he said he'd do it, and then he kind of just didn't seem like he wanted to do it.
I think he wore a suicide bomb vest.
Yeah.
Suicide bomb vest.
Yeah.
Yes, suicide bomb vest.
Love
at
that.
The gig.
Love that.
Well, I don't like having guests, honestly.
No, I hate it.
Okay,
I hate
goodbye.
No, this is fine, but like, I like doing just us. It just makes it easier.
It. Yeah.
Well, also, you guys you've worked together so long. You have a groove, a riff
Yeah.
that if someone else is there, it would disrupt it.
It completely
Especially if
disrupts
it's
it.
someone that I was going to say thinks they're funny, but it's someone who
Ron.
wants to be funny. No, but if you have a guest that like
Courtney.
wants to like,
It's Courtney. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. I did ow my knee, ow my knee.
The
Don't touch
the
me.
video games episode was that. It was
Mary.
I whatever. I love them both. I love everyone.
Fucking
That was
Dugan.
hard.
And also
It was hard.
that video game episode.
well, we cut.
It was hard.
We didn't
Also,
put a lot of that
I
in.
wore a sweater at the end of the day, was sweating like a fucking cracky, and I hated it so much.
Yeah, it wasn't them. It just every time.
Nice guy.
Yeah,
Nice
they're
guy.
both super nice.
Super nice.
But every time we add a person, it just throws off the groove.
Yeah. Well, it's like you can't, it's not like Abbott and Costello and it's just those two.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Statler and Waldorf,
So who is that?
old men from the.
Oh, the
Muppets.
puppets. Yeah, the Muppets.
Sadly, that's
yeah.
us.
Laverne and Shirley.
Did you ever get into the mystery science? Do you think that's where part of your POV comes from with like talking to the television?
I did watch that show. I don't know. I think when I was a little kid, my mom got me a tape recorder and I would just tape record shows. And I had one, it was called,
Tape record the TV?
no, I would just tape record myself.
Doing a show.
And of course I found these videos of me 8, sounded just like this young, lovely woman.
Did you have the woman voice on the phone where people thought you were Miss whatever?
Honey, that happens to me. That happened to me like yesterday.
I fucking love that.
Because also when I get polite, my voice just actually goes up.
Yeah.
No, I used to work in insurance, and I held an insurance meeting, and apparently I was rude. It was like over a phone call, and then they had a meeting, and they're like, "We need to talk." Apparently, this company called saying that this woman named Jess was very rude, but no one named Jess works here. And she said it was a very rude woman named Jess. And I'm like, oh, it's Jeff. She
autocorrected.
Misgendered at the gig.
Misgendered by a colonial woman.
Yes. Well, that's great though. You had an out. You'd be like, I don't know who Jess is.
No, but as a kid, I always was just recording over and doing fake commercials. I love to do fake douche commercials. At like 10, and I would make up different flavors because you know how it was always like
Summers, yeah, like
but it's like like water and vinegar, and then I'd be like, now crab shell and barnacle, like,
oh my God.
and I was like 10 years old. I found these. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so funny.
That is brilliant.
The women's like product smells get me. It's like summer peach. Or like
or like it's like
winter
hazy
cranberry.
autumn. Yeah, it's like so bizarre.
Always some kind of consumable and
a vague. Yeah, it's so weird.
It's a summer sirloin.
Yeah, I think I was just obsessed with feminine products.
Yeah,
and the whole basically the female mystique was just a mystery to me.
Also, the way female products are marketed, I know that it's now very dated and gross, but it's also mama production. Fantasy, creating a narrative.
It mystery.
Yeah,
that's what I always complained. Why the blue liquid when you're testing the maxi pads?
And no blood. You can't show blood.
Yeah, because it's clinical. It's not visceral. It's like scientific.
That's what I'm saying. Can you imagine if there was 2 pads and just red
soaked with chunky
pouring
congealed menstrual blood?
Because there should be no shame.
No, there shouldn't.
There shouldn't be any shame.
It's anti-women. If that was a men's product, we would see the blood.
We would see everything.
Yeah.
And he'd be celebrated. You'd probably get it. There'd be a trophy in there somehow.
Do you like when the people follow you on the internet? Evil Jeff?
I do, but I'm not like obsessed with it. I've always discovered like if I put stuff like on social media, I get more followers, and I'm like, oh, that's great. But it has not inspired me to take. I don't like documenting myself or my friends or my food.
And you have a boyfriend, long term.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys have been together a long time, right?
Almost 5 years.
Wow. Good for you.
That's wild.
We became boyfriends 3 days before Trump was elected.
Oh, wow.
Hot.
Yeah. So we've just been in this trauma.
Forged in the fire.
David and I, our third date was the night Trump was elected.
Are you serious?
Yeah. We went to see Hedwig at the Angry Inch at the Pantages, and we walked out and we checked our phones, and then we just kind of killed the vibe. I mean, we still fucked, but.
Who was Hedwig?
Darren Chris.
Oh, okay.
Darren Chris. It was good. How was your sex life with your boyfriend? Great.
It's good. It's like, at this point, it's like romantic sex.
Yeah.
Not
a lot of whispering.
But we're open.
Yeah.
So we get to have the dirty, nasty, gross sex with other people.
Yeah, I think we have the same relationship.
Yeah.
Same time span. Yeah. That's great. Does he love what you do? Does he think it's funny?
Yes.
He does.
Because I used to do more comedy like pre-pandemic, and he would come to all my stand-up
Yeah, you did a lot of stand-up.
Yeah, I do stand-up. I do improv. Like I was on like main stage teams at like IO, UCB, Second City. Wow. And he would come to all my shows. That was if someone's going to date you, if you do comedy and you're dating someone, they have to think you're funny.
They have to.
What?
Like I was going through the Groundlings and I was dating a guy, and I looked into the audience during my show to see if I could get into the Sunday Company, and he was on his phone. Oof. 8 months.
I mean, you have to be
aborted.
Yeah.
You had to abort it.
You have to at least get the vibe. You know what I mean? You have to at least get it.
Yeah. My boyfriend thinks I'm funny, thinks other people are funnier, which I think is a great balance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great balance.
They can't
You don't want them to be obsessed with you.
No.
They can't be your number one fan.
He understands why people like what I do.
Yeah.
He's like, Jinx would do it better. Like, he loves Jinx don't sing. Yeah. She's like, Jinx would sing it higher and have a better joke at the end. Which is perfect. Perfect. And he thinks you're great. He doesn't think you hung the moon in the sky.
No.
Well, like, does your boyfriend think, do you like comedy in general?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's like.
But he's a storyboard artist for DreamWorks.
Wow.
So he's a very like cartoon Disney. He's like a Disney gay.
Oh, God.
How do you deal with that?
I don't mind Disney.
Do you drink?
No.
Have you seen Disney porns? I recently watched a few.
Disney porns.
Pocahontas, not Pocahontas. Yes, Pocahontas. Yeah. There was the white guy, John Miller or John Peterborough or whatever the guy was, the colonial James Gum was getting DP'd by a trio of Indians. Yeah.
It was gay.
Yeah.
Were they Native Americans playing the Native Americans? We have
No, it's a cartoon. Oh. It's a cartoon. It's like Pocahontas, but Pocahontas or something.
Wow.
Yeah. It was, I recommend.
Would you ever go back to porn?
No. I will say the company went under before I got to make my
Dream porn.
my dream.
Which was what?
Well, because I always wanted to do a porn version of Mulholland Drive, which I did, which is called Welcome to LA.
I've seen
I mean,
it.
it's not exactly. I
I've
couldn't
seen
go
it.
full Lynchian.
It's like 3 parts, right?
It's 2 parts.
2 parts.
And each one takes place in a different neighborhood in Los Angeles.
I think, yes, I know that.
Welcome to LA.
Yep.
And then every Halloween I get to do a different horror movie.
Oh.
And then I wanted to do the final horror movie. I saw the movie It Follows, and it like changed my
Loved that
life.
movie.
So I wanted to do It Comes.
Or It Swallows would be good too.
Yeah, but I mean, we want fucking.
Yeah, we don't just want to swallow.
But in
Also,
that
they
one-
don't want swallowing in porn. They want to see the cum.
They need to see
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
because
I like cum when they finish in someone. It never happens.
And then it drips out.
Or doesn't.
Yeah.
okay.
You can tell someone's climaxing without seeing the cum.
Yeah. Or this
And
just
you can fake it. That way.
Jeff opened my eyes to the whole phenomenon of faking cum. I had
Jeff
no
fucked
idea. Yeah, he fucked me and he put that Cetaphil up my ass and he made me squirt it out. No,
Oh, yeah, the Cetaphil.
Well, no, we actually there was cum lube.
Cum lube,
It was
yeah.
lube that looked just like cum.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I didn't know. Now I know.
And the
I
thing
look out
is
for it.
I would do these scenes where I'm like, you're going to pretend like, oh no. And then you look at me, the cameraman, and pretend, and then I'll be like, what do you do? No. And then you'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. And then I'm like, oh no. And people be like, that's the hottest thing. It was so real. And I'm like,
You know what that is too? It's how you need make. It's best to look natural, but it takes makeup to look natural. That's the energy.
Yeah.
Jeff,
Yeah.
thank you for joining us.
What a thrill. What
I
an
love
insightful
you.
journey. And what a talent. And what a man. What a guy.
I miss the World of Wonder building being open because I miss coming in and getting in drag and seeing you.
I know.
we get to
I
come
know, that's-
down and
yeah.
bother you.
Are you guys
Yeah.
ever gonna come back? June 15th, the building opens up.
I would like it if you're shooting, I would love to just come down
Yeah.
and say hi.
Yeah.
Do that. But I mean, honestly,
Fuck us.
Yeah.
well, no. I'm just saying for them to reset all of the computer stations back
God.
up. I mean, who knows when they're going to do that again?
Yeah. They wilded out with the COVID stuff. It's a mess.
They really did. We were miking ourselves.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
there going to be a point where you can sit close together again?
I hope so. We're both vaccinated.
Yeah.
At this point, like,
Because even though it's way easier to edit to like cut you guys out and put you in crazy
I'd like to be able to touch her. I mean,
I
not
like
sexually.
it when you touch each other.
Yeah.
and I can tell our eyesight. We don't look like we're looking at someone 2 feet away.
Yeah.
We look like you're seeing at someone across.
Yeah.
Now
More
the
natural.
smell.
It's
It's been
better.
nice to keep that for me. And the air conditioning's been really good down there.
Oh, fierce mama.
It has.
Oscar winning. Oscar worthy.
Jeff, let these whores know where they can follow
Yeah.
find you.
You can follow me on Evil Jeff at Instagram, the Evil Jeff on Twitter, and you can listen to. I do a podcast called Comic Book Queers. If you ever want to know whether Wolverine and Spider-Man, if they fucked, if who would be the top and bottom, listen to Comic Book Queers on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that shit.
I just saw Wolverine fuck Deadpool last night.
Where?
Yeah, cartoon.
Where you need?
I'll
please
let
text
you know.
me.
I'll let you know.
Text me
Yeah.
these links.
We'll post the link in the chat. Okay.
Okay,
Thanks,
bye.
guys.